and welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you like this video and you would like to hear more content from me, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. And also, if you're interested in getting a tarot reading, I haven't posted any tarot readings here. However, if you are interested in finding out more about them, pricing, what they sound like, samples, feedbacks that I've gotten from previous clients, please also email me at the email address from the video description and I will give you more information. Okay, thank you. So today's topic is going to be in continuation with the series that I have started quite a while ago about Mars through houses for all of the ascendants. Once again, as an introduction, so far I have covered Mars in the first house, Mars in the second house for all ascendants. The general description for Mars in the first house and second houses and second house will be found in the part 1 of those videos. I'm going to link the playlist in the description for this series in case you're interested in checking out the other videos that I've done so far. And this video is going to be Mars in the third house for ascendants from Aries to Virgo, so the first 6 ascendants. And the next one that I'm going to cover in this series is going to be Mars in the third house for Libra to Pisces ascendants. Okay, so this is starting, just getting straight into it, actually. Mars in the third house for Aries, okay? So Mars rules the first and the 8th houses here in this case and goes into the third house. This shows in Gemini, this shows that you can have a sense, you can get your sense of self and identity from your ability to go after what you want. And definitely you will have an above average ability to be brave and confident. Your communication skills, verbal or written, also will play a huge part in your sense of confidence and sense of identity, and most likely will be above average, okay? You are definitely a commanding speaker or writer. Your words can impact others profoundly and even transform other people's lives. You most likely enjoy physical activity a lot. Also, artistic forms of expression that make use of the physical body and especially the arms and the hands, like dancing, ballet, ice skating, etc. You will have a strong connection to siblings if you have any siblings. You can use hidden knowledge, even occult knowledge, to get what you want in life. You can also be naturally good at psychological manipulation. It does not necessarily mean that you are manipulative, however, you do have that ability. And of course, this could also potentially show that you could, thrive in the field of psychoanalysis. There is a strong drive to succeed with this position, especially in matters to do with arts, education, and children, and teaching. So yeah, education, I did mention that, okay? Some famous examples of people who had this placement or have this placement: David Spade, Benjamin Novak, who's an actor, Halle Berry, Vivian Lee, Ezra Miller, Immanuel Kant, the philosopher, and Liza Minnelli. Okay, so this is pretty much it for Mars in the third house for Aries Ascendant. Moving on to Mars in the third house for Taurus Ascendant. So in this case, Mars falls in Cancer where it is debilitated, so it's going to be a little bit more of a sensitive placement for you. And it rules the 7th and the 12th houses in your case, okay? So you will have natural abilities to basically make money, especially from partnership-based activities or anything involving one-on-one interactions and negotiations. You're definitely going to be a very good communicator in one-on-one situations. So this could be, of course, any profession where this is a strong point, like again, could be psychotherapist, could even be being a lawyer, being, in the legal system to some extent, or any form of line of work where you are some kind of a consultant. You could be particularly favored, okay, when dealing with foreign lands and people from foreign lands. You could also be favored when dealing with things like places of isolation, so hospitals, prisons, that kind of thing. If you are a woman, you might develop attractions and romantic liaisons with men from foreign lands. You can use your intuition and imagination to communicate in a very enticing and convincing way to an audience, which can aid you, especially if you go into fields that make good use of your communication abilities. Your siblings could be somewhat of a tough mother figure for you. Okay, so people who give you tough love, basically, that kind of thing. Some famous examples who have this placement include Miley Cyrus, Toni Morrison, who was a novelist, Amy Winehouse, Bruce Springsteen, Micah, the singer, John Krasinski, who is an actor, Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. I so laughed at this, but yeah. And also, funny enough, the former president of Russia, Boris Yeltsin, also has this placement. Sam Cooke, the singer, Richard Dreyfuss, the actor. Okay, so these were some famous people. Okay, moving on to Mars in the third house for Gemini Ascendant. Mars in this case rules the 6th and the 11th houses and falls in Leo. So you're definitely going to see, I would say a lot of actors or people involved in a lot of creative professions here, singers as well. The third house actually in particular is connected to singing and writing and communications of all kind. Okay, so with this placement, you are going to be a very competitive person, especially in intellectual matters or even sports, especially sports that use arms and hands a lot. Actually, you will stand to gain most when you enter competitions or very competitive fields. Your gains in life, okay, will mainly come from enemies, winning against enemies, and also from any matters to do with the third house, okay, communication of any kind and relations to your siblings. So your siblings could also be a source of financial well-being, or maybe you can get into business with a sibling, something like that, or like, yes, you can gain from siblings. And also something to do with like small, well, this is true for all Mars in the third house, but especially actually for you, errands, okay, so delivery businesses of any kind, okay. You could also get into disputes, unfortunately, with siblings and neighbors more often than most. You can also be successful in dealing with large groups of people, being of service to others through your intellect and communication skills. So you could also do well in businesses connected to healthcare or to do with pets. Some famous examples who have or had this placement include Gordon Ramsay, Louis de Funès, who was a French actor and comedian, Michael Caine, Topher Grace, and Danny Bonaduce. Okay, moving on to Mars in the third house for Cancer Ascendant. Actually, sorry, No, I didn't jump. Okay, for Cancer Ascendant. Okay, so here Mars is going to be in Virgo, ruling the 5th house and the 10th house. This shows that you're going to be a very artistic person, could be especially drawn to dramatic arts or teaching jobs, okay? Anything that makes good use of your, basically, oratory abilities. You are a very creative thinker and have a strong desire to succeed professionally and socially. So, yes, you have a strong craving for status. You will do well in any field related to communication and connecting others. Also could get into government-related work, dealing with institutions of state in general. Also, with this placement, you are definitely better suited at being self-employed rather than being a regular employee or working a regular 9 to 5 job. Of course, this could take many forms. You could just be an independent freelancer type of person, or you could also be an entrepreneur. You could actually even gain in things to do with investments and speculative business. Some famous examples include Bill Gates, Jean Reno, who, again, French actor, Barbara Bach, another actress, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, Alfred Hitchcock, Kirsten Dunst, Richard Branson, Jean-Michel Jarre, French composer, Peter Gabriel, another composer, Ronaldo, the football player, Angela Lansbury, and Thora Birch, another actress. Okay. Moving on to Mars in the third house for Leo Ascendant. Okay, so Mars in this case rules the 4th and the 9th houses. Here, Mars will give above average chances of you getting a good foundation from both your parents. Your parents can really build you up, can build up your courage and your communication abilities. You could work in a business of your mother or your father or your mother or your father's lineage, okay? So it could be a family business, or you could just work in a similar line of work as one or both of your parents. You could also gain from higher education and real estate and vehicles. You could be a good lecturer, professor in higher education, philosophy, and higher learning, and publishing, I would add. And or actually, your siblings could do well in these fields as well. And a sibling could take on the role of a father or a mother figure for you as well, especially when you are growing up. You could live in a neighborhood where there are lots of highly educated people and or foreigners. Some famous examples who had or have this placement include Kurt Cobain, Usher, J.R.R. Tolkien, Brian Molko, the lead singer of Placebo, Olivia Newton-John, John Goodman, Henry Fonda, Donna Karan. Okay, good company. Moving on to, last but not least, Mars in the third house for Virgo Ascendant. So here Mars is going to be in Scorpio, ding ding ding, in the third house, ruling the third and the 8th houses. Wow. So you're definitely a powerhouse of willpower, okay? Possibly one of the bravest, toughest people out there, at least according to astrological placements. You're definitely a go-getter and most likely decisive. Your communication style is powerful and convincing. As your intellectual abilities as well, okay? So your intellectual abilities are definitely going to be above average. You have a very probing and penetrating mind, and most likely are going to be a very persuasive communicator. You could excel in any field connected to research, occult, psychology, joint finances, loans, banking, could even get into business, and could even get into business actually with your in-laws or the family of your spouse, someone in the family of your spouse, but most likely the in-laws. And you are also just good at managing other people's money. So any kind of line of work where you have to deal with investments or other people's money, you're going to be favored in these lines of work. Famous examples include Jennifer Lopez, Javier Bardem, Bill Maher, Neil Diamond, Anne Hesh, and Tatum O'Neal. Okay, so this has been my interpretation for the first 6 ascendants. And yeah, I'm soon going to continue with soon meaning at least a few weeks, continue with the next one, which is Mars in the third house for ascendants from Libra to Pisces. And if you're interested in the general description of them, you can check the playlist because I have done the general description for Mars in the third house separately, okay, for Mars in the 3rd house. Okay, so this has been it, and if you have liked it, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and also if you're interested in a personal consultation, astrology, or tarot, please email me at the email in the video description. Okay, thank you.